Rob, congratulations on your new film, All Happy Families.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me.
You know what? It's always the delight to watch these type of films. It always in the enjoyment of laughing and relating to families like this. It's just fun to watch on screen. But let's hear it from you. Is what initially drew you that you want to be part of this project?
Yeah, well, thanks for saying that. I think that movies like this are fun to watch because you can always see part of your family in the movie. I feel like all families are a little bit like this, that sort of thing of like, I love you, but you're driving me crazy. Or I love you, but I also kind of hate you a little bit. I've never told you before, but I'm going to tell you right now that I kind of hate you, but I also love you at Thanksgiving and Christmas. Like I think that's kind of the zone of this movie, and I think everyone sort of feels like that about their family a lot.
So true, so true. So tell us about your character, Will Landry, because I want to say, we probably all have that one person in our family that is that Will.
Yeah, well, thanks for saying that. Yeah, my character in this movie plays a very successful Hollywood actor, which was a real stretch for me. But I think everyone has that kind of like more successful family member, the person that like took off. And maybe it's the person that you didn't expect to be successful. And like your brother or your sister is just like, plow off to the races, super successful, making money. And Josh Radnor's character in this movie is the opposite. He kind of never really launched. He kind of never really got out of the nest. He's still living at home in the house where he grew up. And in this movie, he's trying to fix up the house and rent it out to someone. And so the whole family comes together to kind of help him fix up the house, clean it out, and make it ready for this new person that's going to rent out the house. So, but what it's really about is this family kind of coming together and kind of having to deal with each other when they don't really want to be dealing with each other. Josh is not successful in his life in this movie, and so I come back to town to help him with the house. I'm very successful, and I'm going to never let him forget that. And so it's not really easy for him to deal with my success. My parents, it comes out, are also getting some money from me. This very successful actor. I'm giving them some money. That's kind of gross. It's kind of not really where they want to be as parents in their life. You wouldn't really want that for your parents to be dependent on you financially. So it's messy and it's complicated. It's a little bit gross. It's a little bit, you can kind of see how stuff is going to come up over this weekend and make it ugly. And so it becomes ugly, it becomes funny. And I think we all can kind of see a little bit of our own family in it.
How meta is it for you as an actor to play an actor in a film?
Well, I am playing a very successful Hollywood actor. I am not in real life a very successful Hollywood actor. I'm a medium successful Hollywood actor. So that was a lot of fun for me. It was also really fun because Josh Radnor is a very successful Hollywood actor in real life. He was on How I Met Your Mother for a long time, made a ton of money. And so this was a fun way for me to kind of have power over him in this movie. In this movie, I get to be the more successful brother, the one that he is kind of jealous of and kind of hates because he knows that he's more talented than me. He is probably like secretly hating on the show that I'm on. The TV show that I'm on looks like it's kind of a dumb network family dramedy, but I'm so successful, so he hates me for that. But in real life, Josh is so much more successful than me. So that was really fun for me to have this power over him in the movie. I mean, I can think of in my real life, I've lost roles, acting roles to Josh Radnor in real life. But in this movie, that would never happen. So that was really fun for me to get to play that.
Well, then tell us about this chemistry you developed with Josh Radnor, for this film. You know, it's a sibling rivalry, and it seems like the rivalry also flows in real life.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, when you're maybe when you're making a movie like this, you don't have a ton of time to develop these relationships. And so we were really fortunate that we mostly shot this movie in a inside of a house, a real house in Chicago. We actually all went to Chicago in the summertime where it's 1,000,000 degrees, and we're just kind of all stuck there, sort of living in this house almost because you're there all day, every day. And so it just felt really real. It felt really authentic because that's how we were living. So a lot of what you see in the movie feels and sounds the way a family actually talks to each other and feels the way arguments actually happen where you say something and you're like, oh God, why did I say that? Oh, if I could take that back, I wish I could take it back. But you can't. You said it and it's out there now, and now you have to deal with it. So, um, so a lot of that sort of tension and family stuff um, feels real and sounds real in the movie because that's the way we were living. You know, it's an indie movie, so that just felt very natural. I also just want to say that in the movie, our parents, Josh and I play brothers, but our parents are Becky Ann Baker and John Ashton, who are just great actors and just um, very grounded performances. And John just passed away in real life. And so this was one of his last movies. And I feel really lucky to have spent a lot of time with him on this movie. And I got to hang out a lot with him offset. We got to play a lot of golf together. And I really got to know him and just really appreciate him so much. And Becky, as our mom, just I think steals this movie. I think this movie is like Becky's movie. It's Becky realizing there are a lot of toxic men around her in this movie, and it's time for her to kind of make a clean break from some of these people that are holding her back. And so it's a fascinating coming of age story for a lot of people in the movie, but I think for mostly for Becky, you know, a woman at her age, in her stage in life, it's unusual to see them making big changes in their life, but you get to see Becky go through this really big change in her life. And I think that's really fun to watch.
Well, we appreciate you, Rob, for carrying this conversation with us about All Happy Families. It's a wonderful film, and this is a terrific conversation. We really appreciate it. So hopefully we get to do this next time.
Thanks a lot, Gig. I appreciate you talking to me.